inside my own world of make-believe. Kids screaming in the cradles, profanities. I see the world through eyes covered in ink and bleach. Cross out the ones who heard my cries and watched me weep. I love everything. Fire spreading all around my room. My world's so bright, it's hard to breathe, but that's alright. Hush. Take my eyes open to force reality. Why can't you just let me eat my weight in glee? I live inside my own world of make-believe. Kids screaming in their cradles, profanities. Some days I feel skinnier than all the other days. Sometimes I can't tell if my body belongs to me. I love everything. Fire spreading all around my room. My world's so bright, it's hard to breathe, but that's alright. Hush. Content, hold your breath and feel the tension. Devils hide behind redemption. Honesty is a one-way gate to hell. I wanna taste consumption. Be faster to waste oxygen. Hear the children sing aloud. It's music till the wick burns out. Be carefree lately, yeah. Just kicking up daisies. Got one too many quarters in my pockets. Count 'em like the 4-leaf clovers in my locket. Untied laces, yeah. Just tripping on daydreams. Got dirty little lullabies playing on repeat. Might as well just ride around the nursery and count sheep.
Mike,
Hello, hello. How are you
how are
this
you?
evening?
Everybody, this is my friend Mike. We met over at our coaching group. It is known as Group Juice, and it's a digital marketing platform. And Mike's here because he's got some success and some wins that we all want to talk about. So I think it's an awesome story. I witnessed it for myself, and he's a YouTube influencer. I mean, not YouTube, TikTok influencer, TikTok shop,
Mm,
and let's just dive right into it, Mike. How
okay.
I'm not going to ask you how old you are, but I am going to ask you
It doesn't make any difference. You ask me
your
anything.
expertise prior to coming on and being a TikTok influencer.
So yeah. So my background is try to get my lighting right. It's starting to get dark.
It's all good. So we're having a little bit of a slowdown on the internet, but it's good. We're catch up. We're
Okay.
catch. All
All
right,
right.
here we go.
So my background, blue collar guy. So I've been in the trades industry for 40 plus years. So if that tells you how old I am, right? So I started heating and air conditioning, electrical, refrigeration, construction back in 1986.
Okay.
And so I've had multiple businesses, heating and air conditioning. I've had the 9 to 5s, all the fun, good fun stuff, back breaking work out in the cold and all that. So yeah, 40 plus years, I'm still doing it now. But what the reason I got involved with the online space was a retirement package, or, a retirement plan, right?
Or
To
lack
supplement.
thereof.
Right, exactly. So, and again, you mentioned Group Juice, and so Flip, which is one of the co-owners of Group Juice, is lives in the same town that I live in. So I had no idea what Flip was doing. I'm old enough to be Flip's dad, right? His wife used to hang around with my oldest daughter back when they were kids, and so I would go by their house and I would always see their vehicles in the yard, right? They were never working, but yet they had all these things. So one day I met up, I messaged Flip and I said, look, you know, what do you got going on, buddy? What's happening? Every time I come by, I see the vehicles in the yard. I knew he was working at a steel company, a manufacturing company, there at one time. And so anyway, he got to telling me what they were doing and all about Group Juice. And at that time, I had seen Rachel, which is in our group as well, kind of promoting Group Juice on TikTok. So I
So
knew a little bit about it.
you were being entertained. You were scrolling through TikTok.
Yeah. So during
Okay.
COVID, yeah. So during COVID, things slowed down. You know, my we were still busy, but we couldn't do the things we were doing. So I had my friends were sending me funnies on TikTok. So let me just say, before that, I had zero interest, no social media at all until 2023. Like
Wow.
nothing, no Facebook, no anything. I work with my hands. I thought spending time on social media and the phone and all that was just a waste of time. Everybody was just goofing off. And then
Yeah.
the first thing I started looking at was funny videos, right? So this is just, folks are just having fun. I had no idea really. Well, I'm a business guy. So I knew eBay and I knew those things, right? I knew
Yes.
people were making money online
Me
and I
too.
had been on eBay. So I knew something was going on, but I didn't know anything about it. And so I got up with Flip, and this was in 2024, right? And so he said, "Yeah, I'll come by and we'll talk about what's going on." So Flip got me interested, and I joined Group Juice, and that would have been September of 24, maybe August of 24. August, I believe it was, of 24.
Barely a little bit over a year.
Exactly,
Barely.
exactly, yeah.
Wow.
And so we met up a few times and had a few drinks and just chatted about Group Juice and online market space and that kind of thing. And both of us come from a blue collar type background, right? And so we knew what the work was out in the field, in the heat, in the cold, in the rain, in the snow, back breaking, and that's all I've ever done my whole life. And I've made a good career out of it. Now, don't get me wrong, I can still go today and I'm still able to, luckily. And but you know, your body starts getting tired at our age, right? And help is really hard to find now. A lot of folks don't want to do this type of work anymore. They'll try it out with you for a little while, and then when it's 100 degrees outside, and you know, we live in an area that's high humidity, you know, they don't last. A lot of them don't last too long. It's just not for them. And so for years, I tried to get, send teenagers to trade schools and stuff like that, you know, and help them start, and but just didn't have a whole lot of luck with that. And so, you know, we would, you know, my company, I had a partner, and we would pay, you know, we offered to pay for schooling, apprenticeship programs and stuff. Yeah. But, you know, they would, let's do it. And they work a summer and say, you know, this is too damn much work, right? this is hard. And so, you know, I just got tired in 2023, December 2023. I kind of got out of the heating and air conditioning, electrical, the construction type of stuff. I'm still in a little bit just because I've had so much stuff over the years. It's hard to just get completely out of it, but I'm working my way out of it. And I still and I still have a 9 to 5. So I've had multiple businesses. I've always had a 9 to 5. So I've worked 2 and 3 and 4 jobs at a time all my life. So anyway, so get back to the online space. I just thought this would be a lot easier, potentially would be an easier way to make some extra income, right? Yeah. And so last September, so this starts my TikTok journey, right?
Let's go.
So September of 2024, I called Flip. I said, all right, dude, I'm ready to do this thing. He said, well, start posting. I said, wait a minute.
What's that mean?
What? Exactly.
What's that mean?
What's that mean? He said, well, you got to start posting videos. I said, I have no idea how to post a video. You know, you're speaking Greek to me. So he said, I'll tell you what, I'll come over. It was a day or two. He came to the house and he said, this is what you do. This is how you do it. So I posted a video just introducing myself on TikTok. And I think that was September 1st of 2024. I think I did it on the 1st of September. I may be off a little bit, but around that time. And so, you know, on TikTok and Amazon, and on this, we can speak freely, right? I mean, there's no, like TikTok is very, very peculiar about what you can say and what you can't say, right? But here we can speak freely about different platforms and all that.
Oh,
correct?
Yeah.
Okay, so
this is the old school one.
This is the old school one, right?
This
I just wanted to make sure.
Exactly.
I didn't want to get anybody in any trouble.
You won't get anybody in trouble.
And so I posted my first video, and you know, I was interested in Amazon, becoming an Amazon influencer, right?
But who brought that up to you? Who told you about that? Flip?
Flip did.
Okay.
Yeah. And I had seen Rachel again talking about Group Juice on TikTok.
Got it.
And she was promoting, and she had mentioned some Amazon stuff, right? And so Flip said, okay, this is what we have to do. We have to start posting content. I said, dude, you got to explain it to me because I have no idea. I mean, I know what content is, right? But I mean, I had no idea what to post about. And I said, what am I going to talk about? And he said, well, look, you've been doing construction work for forever, you know, heating and air conditioning, electrical, plumbing, building, you know. He said, talk about that. I said, no, if I'm going to get into this, I want it to be fun, you know, or at least somewhat entertaining. I want to talk about things that I enjoy doing, right? I'm tired of that type of life, right? I want to talk about some things that I'm doing and having fun with. So I started posting about, I'm a big outdoorsman. I love hunting, fishing, hiking, traveling, all those things, right? And I'm an East Coast guy. I live, you know, very close to the Outer Banks of North Carolina, you know, which is totally across this United States from where you are.
Yeah, you're talking to a foreigner, right?
Exactly. But this is the Outer Banks, the outer coast of North Carolina. So I don't live too far from that. And that's kind of where I grew up. And I love going there fishing. I love hunting, you know, all those things. So I started posting content around, it just so happened this was September. So the fishing season was good. We were starting to get into hunting, that kind of thing. So that's what it was a perfect time for me.
When you showed the puppies, the dogs, is that, are you own all those dogs? So is that your kennel?
Yes.
That blew me away. Yeah. When you showed that, I was paying attention.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's a big thing. That's a heritage in this area. It's been part of this area for a long time, hunting with hounds, that type of thing. And so I've been doing it all my life since I was a little bitty kid, as far back as I can remember. And a lot of my friends have these type of dogs, and we enjoy them. They're working dogs. We get out and have a good time. We run dogs. We exercise them. We cook out. Have a few drinks. Just enjoy it, right? And so I still have them. I still have 25 right now, and I know that's going to sound unreal, but I do have 25 hunting dogs, working dogs right now. And I run those, keep them exercised. I was doing that this morning. But so I started posting content around that kind of stuff. And Flip says, okay, well, you need to make it engaging, make it a little controversial, make it a little, where you can get some interaction, some engagement from your audience, right? Because you need to grow your following, right? And so that's what I started doing. And I've been doing it so long, right? I knew the questions. I knew how to poke the bear. I knew those things because it's what I do. Right. And so I knew I had to get somewhere close to 1,000 followers on TikTok because that's the platform I was using. I was on nothing else. And I knew I needed to get a following of somewhere around 1,000 to be accepted into the Amazon Influencer Program. Yes. And so I got to the following, got accepted to the Amazon Influencer Program, and that's why I started monetizing on social media.
That's the key right there. You monetize. Yeah. Everybody thinks that the channel should be monetized. No, you use all the assets to monetize the outside assets, and then things start rolling. After you get all that stuff, the whole monetization doesn't really make any difference after that.
That's right. Yeah, that's right. So, I mean, that's kind of my story and we're still, I kind of started, I created the Amazon Influencer Program, just to help my wife and I supplement, right? We're getting close to the time that we're ready to hang up the 9 to 5 and start doing, some traveling and grandchildren and that kind of thing. And, so I thought maybe that would be something she would take over. So we started doing it. We posted 100 videos or so.
Nice.
Onto Amazon, right? And we started making some income. I mean, nothing to make us retire by any means, but just, hey, it works, right? All we got to do is produce more.
You see something, exactly. Yeah. That's so nice to have something dropped into your account.
Absolutely.
At a certain time of the month, and you're like, this helps. You know what I mean? It's like $100, $200. I mean, that's how you're thinking at first. Yeah.
Yeah. So I said, hey, I'm looking at it like this. Okay. I had a successful business. We've done okay. Right. We just can't drop everything we're doing and go travel the world by any means, but we've made an okay living. And, so I said, my thought was, okay, if I can just generate a little something to help us with our playtime, our traveling, going to see the kids, vacation, that kind of stuff, where we didn't have to pull out of retirement, that kind of stuff, or our house funds is what I call it. This would be our fund money. And so we started making a couple $100 on Amazon a month. And so, hey, well, that's the start, right? I mean,
chipping away.
And just putting a little bit, and we set up an account for those deposits, right? Just we had an old savings account that was just sitting out, not really doing anything. And so we just started, we linked that up to Amazon, and they direct deposit every month.
Same for me.
Yeah. And so, that was getting good. I said, well, this is pretty easy. We can do this. And then I was turned on to the TikTok shop because I was on TikTok and I started seeing it, right? So I went from funny videos on TikTok to making money videos on TikTok, right? So I got where I wasn't seeing any more funny videos. It was all about learning, which I love to learn.
Now you get invited, and TikTok invited you, right?
Yes.
Yeah, because I'm eligible, and I have done a few.
Right.
And every single one of those damn things paid off, by the way.
Yeah.
But I'm not hardcore in it, really.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about it.
Come on, do it. Come on. I'll help you any way I can. And we're in a great group. And I saw you chiming in on it. And that's a great community to be part of. And I'll tell a little bit about that in a few minutes.
Yes, feel free
Yeah.
to talk about anything you
Because
want.
that is a great group. And as this is going on, I'm growing. I still don't know what the hell I'm doing, right? And even today, I don't know what the hell I'm doing, but I'm doing it. I'm getting out. I never thought, look.
Hold on, we're going to refresh. You stalled for a second there. Hang on.
Okay, we're back.
Okay, here we are. Yeah. Okay. You said, I never thought, look, that's where you were.
Right. That I would be on doing something like this, right? I mean, I'm a blue collar guy, country boy. I live on a farm in northeastern North Carolina, southeastern Virginia, right? This is not something that I ever thought I would be doing. So I got to hearing about TikTok Shop, and I started paying attention to Randy Hedge, which is the creator of the Wealth Builder community.
Had it not been for you, I would have never heard of this person.
Yeah. He is a business guy. He's a professional speaker. He's just a professional. Mm-hmm. Right. And I've been behind the scenes with him. I've been on phone calls with him, and just a first class guy. And that's who I like to hang with. Right. I want to hang with people that are where I want to be, and I love to help people, and that community is about that. So paying attention to them, listening to what those folks had to say, the Wealth Builders, I knew I had to there was what's called a pilot program. And at the time it said you needed 1,000 followers to be able to join into TikTok. Well, I missed the date by that a little bit. So I couldn't get in at 1,000 just because of the time that I started on TikTok.
Got you. They were kind of running this thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
You need to be in a certain, right. And then if you joined in within this time frame, you were eligible at 1,000. But if before that, it was 5,000 kind of thing, right? And so I started applying at like 1,500 followers on TikTok, and I didn't get in because it was, for my time, it was 5,000 followers, right?
Yes.
But I ended up getting in at 2,300 into the TikTok Shop pilot program. Okay. And what that means is you could only post 5 videos per week.
All right.
Okay. And that's sort of like an apprenticeship program. And I'm familiar with apprenticeship programs, so that's the way I looked at it. It was their TikTok Shop's apprentice program, right? We'll allow you to do 5 videos a week. And I think it was 2 or 3 shoppable videos a week where you could promote a product on a live.
And then you put the shop
you tag
on it,
and you pin it to your live, and you talk about that product, right? You promote it. And I never did a live. I said, I don't really want to get into lives. I've never done lives before. So I didn't really want to get into that. And I wanted to be as passive as it could be. Well, I knew if I had to spend hours a day on a live, that wasn't passive to me, right? Because when that live ends, that sale ends, right? It's not a residual. You have to come back the next day and do it again.
Very smart. Very smart.
So I said, well, I'm not ready for that, but I don't mind posting some videos. So I paying attention to the Wealth Builders, talking to Flip, because Flip and Nate were doing it a little bit. And so I found a few products around the house that were for sale on TikTok, and I bought a few little cheap things, right? And I started posting videos in April of 2025, and I was in a pilot program. The first month, April, I earned around $118, right?
Okay.
No big money, but enough to put a stamp and say, hey, this works. I actually got a withdrawal. It went into my bank account. And now you have to meet my wife. Love her to death. We've been married for 36 years, right? But she knows me inside and out, and I know her inside and out. And she is the biggest skeptic of all online stuff. Yeah, it's a scam. Amazon was a scam. TikTok was a scam. Everything is a scam, right? Don't put any information. She did not want me to link a bank account.
I'm still in that zone. I'm still there.
Yeah.
I'm like, someone says we're going to pay you by PayPal. I'm like, oh, I don't know, man. I don't know.
Exactly. So I said, well, okay, we had this, like I mentioned, the savings account. It didn't really have any money in it. We took what money was in it out and just left enough to keep that account open for Amazon. And
that's what I do. I have it just go into that little account, and I just $20 when I need
Yeah.
it. It's,
Mhm.
that's my ATM.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. And so I linked that account, and boy, she did not want me to link it to TikTok because all the controversy, all the talk. TikTok is horrible.
That's where I am too. I'm
Yeah.
like, I don't know if I should be doing this. I don't
Mhm.
know. Yep.
Yeah.
So you're saying it's an okay zone.
It's an okay zone.
Okay.
I've had no. Now I do know some
This
people.
is great conversation. We
Yeah.
need that kind of conversation. Okay. It's an okay zone.
It's an okay zone. I do know some people that have been messed up, but they'll tell you it was their fault. They weren't paying attention.
Okay. Okay.
Because it's full of scammers, right?
Damn it.
TikTok's got a lot of learning to do. It's a new platform, right? They've got a lot of learning to do. And what I mean by that is they'll give me a restriction or a violation or a warning for saying something bad, right? And what I mean by that is, I'll give you a prime example. Like I say, I'm a hunter, right? And during hunting season, we have 4-wheel drives. We go off road. We mess things up, right? Guys with their toys, right? And we dent things up. We bend things up. We blow motors up, tear transmissions up, all that kind of fun stuff.
Okay.
Well, in the beginning, that's the type of content that I was creating was around hunting. Right. And one day while we were hunting, I just went around and did a little video of all the dings on the pickup trucks. The busted tail lights, the dented side of the truck, just a little dented bumper, and I added a little clip, a little funny. It blew up. Like, it was a great video.
A little wear and tear on a vehicle.
Yeah,
exactly.
And I posted it, and I don't remember what my comment was, but this was a big video for me. I mean, 100,000 plus views, right? At the time, I'm brand new. And one guy said, he said, I think I said, like, deer hunting is hell on a pickup truck, right? Or hell on pickup trucks, something like that. And the comments just were rolling. Well, this guy said, yeah, I'm on my second transmission this hunting season. I've torn 2 transmissions out. And I said, yeah, hunting is hell on trans, right? I just, instead of typing transmission all the way out, I just said on trans.
Oh my God.
Look, I'm an older guy. I didn't even thought about that. I could give a damn what you are or anything about any of that. I was talking about damn hunting and transmissions, right?
Oh my God, I get it.
Yeah.
Oh.
And that was my first ding. And I'm like, what the hell? What are y'all even talking about? And I had to appeal it, and I wanted to appeal, but that's AI for you, right? Someone behind the scene is typing in these words, and TikTok is scanning everything. And that's what I mean by TikTok has a lot to learn. Did
this happen 2025 or 2024?
It would have been around December of 2024.
Before the shutdown, before the TikTok shutdown.
Right.
Oh, okay.
And I got several warnings and little violations and all during that time, because I didn't know what the hell I was doing. I was posting content, right? You say this is free. You can talk on here like you want to, but that's not true. You got your keyboard warriors behind the scene putting in, words and, keywords and hate speech and all the things, which it should be. I have no problem with that. But anyway, so I've had several warnings and violations and restrictions, but I've won them all but one. And I don't even know what that was. I don't even know what it was. They didn't even give me a chance, but it was something around hunting content.
Yes.
Right? So that's what I mean. They got a lot of learning, but you can get on and you can hijack my account, a scammer, and they don't, or not report it, like Flip, just say Flip example. I know I have a couple of hijacked accounts.
Where they're they're impersonating
me, right? And Flip does. So I reported it for Flip a couple different times.
I've done that. Yeah,
and then TikTok says no, it's no problem.
They don't care.
But they could care about me saying trans, talking about a transmission. That's what I mean. It's got a lot of learning to do. And I'm from an old school. I mean, we just talk. I didn't, I could care less what somebody does.
Yeah, there's no intention. It's just conversation. And it's, unfortunately, now it's considered old world. I mean, really.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah, old
and that's
world
what we're
language.
Here. We're talking about this kind of thing tonight, the Gen Xer, the here we are, right? So I've learned. So okay, I'm an adapter, right? I can play this game, and so I started playing the game with them. So you can't show any endangerment of wildlife. Well, I love to hunt, but you can show someone catching a fish, but you can't show someone taking an animal or killing an animal.
Yeah,
right?
and
I get
honestly,
that.
I'm
Yeah, I
I'm
get
weird
that.
about that. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I get it, and I respect people for that. But this is what I'm saying. Okay, it's all over TV, right? And it's okay. It's for children to watch or whatever. I'm not. Look, I love to hunt. I love that stuff. But I'm very respectful when it comes to that, right? Because my oldest daughter, she's a veterinarian. She's a large animal veterinarian. I respect that around, anybody. I don't push it on anybody. I don't show it. I was totally cool with TikTok saying, we're not going to do this. We're not going to show this kind of thing, right? So what I could do is create content for the hunter's imagination. Like I may not even take an animal, but I can play music just like they do on TV to hype it up. And I'm just taking pictures of the deer, right? Because that's what I love to do. I don't take a lot of animals, right? I don't do that very often. But I love to take pictures and video, right? So I just started making a video production kind of thing and hyping it up. And those deer and those animals still living, they're still walking free. But I just and that got engagement, right?
Yeah.
And
I saw those too. I thought it was AI. Didn't you do some AI?
I did
too?
do some AI. So I'm playing with all kinds of stuff, and I'll get into that in just a minute. Because here I am. Like I say, I've never been into any of this. Look, when I went to school, I was the poster child of ADD, ADHD.
The whole thing.
I was into slow reading. I couldn't spell because memorization, right? Hell, I couldn't spell my name today if I didn't have to write it so many times. Okay, that's just where I am. If you gave me if you were to give me a book to read, I'd laugh at you because I'm not going to sit still long enough to sit down and read a book.
We grew up in that era where we were all labeled and put on a specific kind of track. Okay, exactly. Now you're going to be all separated, not just by size and the height. You're going to be separated by your intelligence, and it's like you had no idea what was going on.
No, and so I just learned how to adapt, right? And so I got into the TikTok shop around 2,300 followers, and I started posting those 5 videos a day.
As they were told, exactly.
Right. In my first month, April, around $118. And I said, well, okay, this is good. My wife's still a big skeptic, right? This is bullshit. This is a scam. It's not real. I haven't seen that money. It's not real. So the second month, May, I did around $1,900 in commission.
Nice.
Still she didn't believe it. Okay.
It's not going to last. It's not going to
last. It's going away. Listen to all the news, right? Listen to the news.
We're going to take TikTok away.
Exactly. And so I just kept playing the game. So that would have been May, April, May. And then June I did around $2,400 in commission.
Good for you.
Still doing those 5 videos a week, right? That's all I could do. I did no shoppables. I was just posting videos on shoppable content. And, but I started getting a little creative with it, right? I started paying attention to the star creators, TikTok labels, creators that generate more than 150,000 GMV a month as star creators.
Okay.
Well, I happen to be in the room with a few of these guys.
Nice.
Training, right? I'm friends with some of these guys now. And so I think it was June. I think it was around June, maybe in the 1st of July. I get a message from a guy that I had been paying attention to really close. And I knew he was a big time creator. This would have been in July because we were at the retreat, the Group Juice retreat on the lake.
Oh, that was like yesterday.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
So I get this message and I say, well, this is a damn scam. This fella, Roy McCarty, is not reaching out to little old Mike, country boy, just starting this. I hadn't really done anything. So I done some investigating and I realized it was truly Roy McCarty.
Who it was, yeah.
Yeah, and he does a live on Monday nights interviewing creators, TikTok shop creators, right?
Okay.
And he is like a big time, I'm not going to share his numbers on here, but they will blow you out of the water.
Nice.
Realize
oh, yeah.
A month.
I saw a video, a TikTok video of a gal who was at an influencer event. She was TikTok shop, and the guy goes, "Well, how much money? Like, what was your biggest earning?" And she said, "In 1 month for Christmas, for holidays, I had one product that I earned off." She said, "I made $330,000."
It's unreal.
Now, I don't know if it's real. I mean, you know what I mean? I'm like your wife. Well, you know, is that in sales or is that in commissions? You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
And I'm thinking like everybody just loves to like dress, you know, put lipstick on a pig.
Exactly.
But knowing people who know people who know people, now that I'm in the same room with them, that, yeah, it is possible to do something like that.
Yes.
So she didn't say she makes it every month. She just said it happened to have been that a personal experience for her. So.
Yeah. So anyway, I had never done any kind of live at all. I just started my TikTok journey. Hell, I was just learning how to post a video, you know, and didn't think I was doing very good at all. I mean, I was making some sales, but I didn't know what to expect.
Sure.
So he does a live on Monday nights, and he asked me would I be his guest, and he wanted to interview me, just sort of like you reached out to me, right?
Sure.
And I said, "Roy, you sure you got the right guy?" I mean, because I really haven't done a lot. Right?
I'm the same way too. I never feel like I'm in any position to say something, and I've been pushed and pushed and pushed by everybody around me. You gotta do a training. You have that level, and I'm still like, I don't know if I'm that kind of person.
Exactly.
Yep.
Exactly. Yeah. So I said, "Sure, Roy." I said, "But I don't know what the hell I'm doing. I've never done a live." And luckily, I was at the retreat with some Group Juice people.
I think I saw that live.
Yeah, with Roy. It was on a Monday night. I was scared to death. I had no idea what he was going to ask me. I had no idea what I was going to say. It was like, you know, I had to get those Group Juice family members to bring me some lighting, get me set up. I mean, I had nothing. I don't know anything about this crap.
I was really impressed.
Yeah. So I get on. We have a great interview, right? The next day, I get another message from another big creator. Okay. Wanted me to join in on their live one morning. So I said, "Well, hell, yeah, shit, I made it through that one. I can make it through another one.
You can do this again."
Yeah. So that was the Wealth Builder. That was Randy. He invited me to come on his live. And so we talked on there about 30 minutes, just about what I was doing, where I was at, how I got started. And I told him my journey, just like I'm telling here now, but it was, you know, a lot less of a journey at that point. And so I've been a regular on the Wealth Builders since then.
Good for you.
So in July, I did around $4,500 in commission.
Congratulations.
Which was around $45,000 worth of sales.
And is the missus still convinced? Is she still skeptical?
This is where it gets fun, right? So no, she still wasn't. I still haven't seen this money, right? Yeah, so she still hadn't bought in. Now I made 118 one month. I had made $1,900 a month. I had made $2,400 the next month, and now I'm up to around $4,500, right? Just posting videos.
Now, is this added to, or are you saying that that's what you made? Like, did it go from 100 and then added total?
Yes, each month. Those were monthly incomes.
So you probably have 45 plus, so you about close to $8,000 kind of sitting somewhere.
Yeah, at that time in July. Yep. All by posting damn videos, right? I've been out here busting my ass in the heat, the snow, the freezing rain, walking on steel, working on rooftop, digging ditches. And I'm like, all I gotta do is post damn videos? What the hell have I been doing? Okay?
But it doesn't happen like that for everybody.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. I'm gonna cut on the light. It's getting really dark. Okay. I don't know if that helps or not. A little bit. Yeah. So that was in July. And so like I say, my wife still hadn't bought in. She's paying attention, but she just hadn't bought in yet. So at that time, I still haven't set up an auto withdrawal like with Amazon. We just go in.
Oh, okay.
And I had let it get up to a couple $1,000s before I did my first withdrawal. Well, that's when I heard someone got scammed, right, and lost some money.
It's like Bitcoin.
Exactly. So I said, you know what? I've let this happen twice where it got up to a couple $1,000s before I did a withdrawal.
Okay.
So I said, okay, every Wednesday, or no, I said every time he gets 500, every time I earn $500, I'm gonna do a withdrawal,
There you go.
right? And what I was gonna do, because my wife is our banker, right? She keeps up with all of this stuff. So I said, well, this is what I'm gonna play a little game with her. And so every time I would reach $500, because I was checking it, man, this is getting fun, right? We're making money, right?
Yes, you
So
are.
I would do a screenshot of my withdrawal, and I would send it to her.
Yeah. This is
And
what's-
after and it was coming pretty, not that I made a pile of money, so don't take this the wrong way, but at the time it was coming pretty fast, right?
Yeah.
Every couple of days I was getting $500. So I would do a screenshot and send her a picture, the screenshot, trying to get her on board, right? And after about the third, fourth, fifth, whatever it was, she said, why do you keep sending me the same picture? Right? Exactly. She wasn't keeping up with it. So she thought I was just sending her the same screenshot. And I said, no, Chris, those are different numbers. That's every couple of days, right? And now, boy, I got her paying attention, right? So I said, and once I got her paying attention, now she's on board, right? And that's exactly, hallelujah, she helps me. I needed her on my team, right? And so now I have it on automatic. So every Wednesday I get a withdrawal, whatever it is.
You get paid every Wednesday.
I get paid every Wednesday, right? It goes in that account. I don't really use that account yet. I'm building it for my business account.
Sure.
And, I've had to take some stuff out for a few little things that I bought for TikTok for, just business expenses type stuff.
Yeah.
I bought some new lights, some new mics, all those.
AI accelerator.
Yeah, exactly. Those things. So, but now I've got her on board and she's starting to see the money. Now, like I say, we haven't touched it, but so now today, well, this was yesterday, I've got her to the point we have video nights, right? Where we create content.
Oh, nice. That's what I was going to ask you about.
Yeah.
How and when do you dedicate? Do you do batch?
Yep.
How does this process go?
Yep. So this is where we're leaning in. So before that, I was doing all of my own videoing of everything that I did, right?
Okay.
With tripods and, that kind of thing. And I would just
Yeah.
talk into the camera and I'd move the product around, that kind of thing.
Right.
Well, now I've got her
Question. Did
Yeah.
you buy a lot of that stuff or in the beginning, or did you have it samples sent to you?
Yeah, I bought 2 cheap tripods at the beginning.
Okay.
Just enough to get me going. I bought a real cheap little square light that goes on the back of the phone. I mean, just minimum stuff, right?
Okay.
Just the bare minimum. So this is what I like to tell folks now. You don't need a whole lot of stuff to get started.
True.
I made $8,000 with a damn cell phone.
True.
That's it.
100%. I still use my cell phone.
Yeah.
To this day.
to you. Yeah. I'm talking to you now on my iPad.
Yeah.
And I got my cell phone set up and I got a little tripod that my iPad is sitting on with a ring light that I got for free. And I got another ring light behind me that I got for free as a free sample. I just had to do a video on it. I sold a couple, no real big sales, but they were free. I honored my obligation with this seller to do the videos. I respect the seller if it's a good piece of equipment, right? I'm only obligated to do one video for that free sample. But if it's good, I'm gonna do multiple videos. They were nice enough to take a chance on me, so I'm gonna return the favor, right?
That's how I am about the dog leash. I have a duo dog leash. I love it.
Yeah.
I've been using that dog leash since I started about a year ago, and I go live. I'll do a video, and it's a really, really, really good product. And I just go for it. I'll do a TikTok about it. And guess what? Every single time I do that's the only item I produce right now.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean,
We got to get you
permission.
going. We got to get you going, Lisa.
I know, man.
We can do this. We can do this. I'm telling you. Look, and this is what I love to tell people because I mean this from the bottom of my heart. If this old country boy that stumbles on his words, speaks funny, talks funny, looks funny, hey, anybody can do this. As I just brought you through my childhood, I failed my spelling test. I would fail my reading test, but if you put something in front of me and say, Mike, figure this out. How does this work? I got you, right? Because that's how my mind works.
100%.
But so if I can do this, look, I can
We
tell
can do
you,
it. You just froze just slightly. You're coming back.
Mhm.
Come back to me. I just bought the because I love gardening. I'm an
Mhm.
urban gardener.
Yeah.
I just bought that darn from I think I went into Eddie and Lindley. I
Mhm.
bought the garden stool where you bend over, you sit
Yeah.
down, you do all that.
Yeah.
And I'm just gonna go nuts with that because
Yeah.
that is like that's exactly what I need, you know.
Right. And so that's and so what I like to say, and this is what I do. Now I'm fortunate at this point that I get a lot of products, right? So I have to say no, folks. I'm I can only do a certain amount of videos, right? So I turn down products. I'm lucky to be at that point. But what I'll say with somebody starting out, find you a couple products that you're really comfortable with that you're going to use, that you can
Yes.
talk about, right? And we can dive in and get down in all the weeds about product selection, sellers, your sellers, how they're rated and all that stuff. There's some behind the scenes stuff that when you really get started, you need to pay attention to, right?
Mhm.
But if you're just starting out, find you just a handful of products that you're really comfortable with. If you love to cook,
Yes.
use your cooking utensils. Use your pots and pans. Talk about those pots and pans. Talk about those recipes, the seasonings that you're using. Your gardener, talk about the tools that you use,
Yes.
the tool that you use, something that you feel good about.
That's what I'm doing on my Amazon influencer.
Mhm.
I did my Loge cast iron. I
Mhm.
did a full YouTube video,
Mhm.
but I took it and I sliced it and I put it in my Amazon influencer, and
Yeah.
I'm showing people how to use it and
Mhm.
get an incredible how to cook the damn steak. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Yeah.
And then and using that and then showing the results of, but it's a
Mhm.
cooking tutorial. And I like to educate.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
So we
And
all have different approaches on how you
mhm.
approach this thing.
Yeah, but that's TikTok. So I call TikTok the super center, right? I'm just follow along with me for just a minute,
Yes,
okay?
I'm gonna
All right.
follow.
So Amazon, what do we do on Amazon? We just purchase. Basically,
Yeah,
that's it, right? eBay, we either sell or purchase.
true.
Okay. I'm not real much on Instagram, but I think it's a little bit of everything. You get entertainment and all. Like YouTube, you get a little entertainment, but when YouTube started, it was basically we went there for information. If you want to know how to do something, you went to YouTube.
How to fix.
How to fix, right? That's the first app I ever downloaded was YouTube, because I'm in it, I'm in that type of work, right? I need to know something. Somebody's done it on YouTube, right? So TikTok, and like I say, I'm in some pretty cool groups, right? So when eBay started, and just follow my hand because I'm not going to draw a graph, right?
That's
So
okay.
so eBay kind of was at this angle when it started off in millions, right? Hundreds of thousands, millions. Amazon come along and it was millions on this trajectory. YouTube was somewhere in between. Now TikTok is like this.
Got it. YouTube is
Billion.
in competition with TikTok.
Yeah.
Yeah.
TikTok has done this. So when you go to TikTok, this is why I call it a super center. I'm not familiar with the stores and things around where you are, but here, we have the Walmarts, right? The
Mhm.
Supercenter Walmarts. You can go buy clothing. You can get your medication. You can get your groceries. You can get hardware. You can get tires, right? The Supercenter. TikTok has become a search engine.
Yes. We talked
Okay.
about
You can
that.
learn
Yep.
to do stuff. You can sell stuff. You can buy stuff. You can get your information. You can get your entertainment. It's just the big supercenter of all of social media, right? And so that's what I want to be part of. I want to be in a group. I love business. I love learning. I love making money. That's what I'm doing, right? I mean, I'll just be honest, right?
Well, you're enjoying it. You're like,
But I'm
this is
enjoying
a
it, right?
lot of fun.
Right, exactly. And I love to help people, and we'll get into that in a little bit. But it's just amazing. It's just blown my mind. And I have to thank Flip because if he hadn't started me, we wouldn't even be having this conversation, right?
Sure.
But I had to take that initiative to reach out to someone to get the ball rolling. And that's
Mhm.
where a lot of people just get hung up. It's a thought, but I can't do it.
Yeah.
Right? I can't do it. It's too. Then you get involved, and it doesn't work out. Look, I failed. I failed at businesses. I've lost money. I've made money. I failed in life. It's human. That's our life, right? We're gonna have some wins, but we're gonna have a hell of a lot more losses than wins, right? But hopefully those wins supersede those losses.
That's why when you see the slot players, when they
Yeah.
finally win, you don't see them jumping up and down. They're like,
Mhm.
"You have no idea how much money I put into this slot machine."
Exactly. And that's why I like Randy with Wealth Builders, because he's a business guy, and he'll tell you, I've failed a hell of a lot more than I've won, but my
Yes.
wins have been good, right? And that's what you focus on, your wins, right?
I'm in the
I've
same
done,
boat too. I
yeah,
told my husband the other day, I said, Lance, ever since I started this, I said, sometimes I just sit back and I just want to cry because I've been, I've been showing up and doing, and I see other people, catapult before me and
yeah.
accelerate. And I said, sometimes I just feel like I'm sad because I haven't seen my win. But I know and I believe in myself that will happen. It's
Okay, so
going
let
to
me ask
happen.
you a question.
Yes.
Okay, other than monetary, other than making money, you're having fun, right? You're enjoying yourself.
I love it. I try everything I
Okay,
can for the
that's
first time.
that's a win in
Yeah.
itself. And it's stress relief. You're having fun with it. You're meeting new people. You and I would never be having this conversation. You live cross country, right?
100%.
So that's a win to me. Meeting new people, learning. Hell, that's part of the game. So we've already won at that aspect. Now, have we
But I
made enough
think
money?
Lisa hasn't. But the sad part is, and let me just tell you, because I think you experienced this too. People don't pay attention to you until you've made money.
Right. Yeah.
And then people will ignore the process until you made money. And people won't jump in until they see you making money.
That's true.
And then even regardless of how much you make, that some of them it's not enough. Some of them it's not worth the time.
Absolutely.
And those things is what causes the creator, the person who's in it, to slide out of it. Because it's that talk. It's that, like, I had my family tell me, I can't really get a picture of what you're trying to do. I'm not getting it.
Right.
But it wasn't until I had my first big deposit from YouTube where they were like, wait a second. Are you telling me you make money on YouTube?
Right. Exactly. Yeah. And it's a lot of truth to that. But it comes to a point where I want to have fun too.
Yes.
Right. I busted my ass for many, many years, just like you have. Right. Now I love to make money. I mentioned that earlier. Who doesn't?
Who
right?
doesn't?
Who doesn't? We need
nice.
That's how the world works, right? We can say, money is the root of all evil and all this stuff, but it takes money to live, right? And if you want to enjoy yourself, yes, you can do some things with that money. You can have a good time, but it does take money to live. So we have to make a living. I mean, that's just what it is. Now, we don't all have to be millionaires or billionaires, right? We just need to make a decent amount of money so we can make a comfortable living. And then we have to have peace with that. Okay, this is where I'm at. We're going to have fun. Like, I have friends that love to drink, right? They're alcoholics. So they don't think they can have a good time unless they're drinking, right? I can have a drink today and not have a drink till next month, but I can have a damn good time either way, right? So I've been successful in my own ways, but I don't have to have all the big shiny objects, right? I just like experiences. That's why I love to hunt. It's not about taking an animal by any means, because I don't really care about that, right? It's the experience. I'm out in the wilderness at the crack of dawn. When the sun comes up, I watch the world come alive, right? when the sun goes down, I'm watching the world, the wildlife just relax.
I think that's why, like you, some of my most successful videos on TikTok and on my shorts have been outside doing something, like really living with nature.
Yeah,
You
I
know,
love nature.
My hiking trip to Sedona, share it, and people love to see it. But you know, show your realness and offer something of value.
Yeah, absolutely. Look, so you know, and I understand how you feel about the outdoor space, hunting and things. So I don't, you know, I get it, but just follow me for a minute, right?
Sure.
Because I'm not just somebody who goes out and shoot, bang, bang, that kind of thing. That is not me. So I just want to make that clear, right? But I've started going out west, Wyoming, Colorado, Utah, Montana, hunting, right? I did a 10-day horseback camping hunting trip in the Grand Tetons of Wyoming. Hours and hours away from anybody. We had a 4.5-hour horseback ride up into the top of the Grand Teton Mountains. And I stayed up there for a week and a half.
I would have a panic attack.
No, I loved it, right? I loved it. It just brought me back. It was peace. I had no cell phones. No
Where is everybody?
I loved it, right? I loved it. Now, it was hard as hell. It pushed my limits. I love to be pushed, right? I'm in my 50s at this point, and I'm on a damn horse for 12 hours all day long with a 23-year-old as my guide. So just picture that. I'm looking
for the catering truck.
Right. But see, I enjoyed that. That's not for everybody. So we have our own things, right? Now, I couldn't have done that in my younger time. I'd have been physically able to, but I couldn't have afforded it, right? Sure. So that's my experiences. That's what I like to do now. Not necessarily that, but I took my family last year. We went to Costa Rica for a week.
Nice.
Right? We took the family. I rented a house on the beach. And please don't think I'm bougie when I say this. This is the first time. This is the first time I just told you I stayed 10 days in a tent with no running water, no lights. So keep that in mind. So I rented a house, and I got my oldest daughter involved with this because she's a little bougier than I am, right? So I rented a house on the beach in Costa Rica. The house come with a cook.
Sweet.
And a maid.
No way. You knew this going in?
Yes.
Nice.
Yeah. So we didn't have to do it. Matter of fact, that the ladies fussed at us because we clean up after ourselves. When I get up from the table, my family, we just do what we do, right? We clean up. So they fussed at us because we were cleaning up and that's what we were paying them to do, right? Mm-hmm. So that was the first time I'd ever done anything like that. But that's the kind of things that I want to do. Whether it be going to Costa Rica, having a maid. Well, I don't want to say maid. I don't, because I don't like that word.
A house manager.
A house manager.
Yes.
Having somebody to help you out, right? These ladies took care of us. They did our grocery shopping. They told us where to go, what to do, where the fun activities were. And but
you have a driver?
Yes. Yeah.
Yep. I went to Indonesia. My husband's grand sponsor. He was my husband was an addict. And his grand sponsor lived in Indonesia. He had retired there.
Yeah.
And he had house manager, driver, and we were sitting there and they would come up and say, "What do you want for breakfast today?"
Exactly.
And they'd do all the shopping.
Yeah.
I was like, what is going on here?
Yeah, that's what we did, right? That's what we did. But just a few months before that, I was in a damn tent in the top of the Grand Teton Mountains. So look, I just love the experience. And and I know we kind of probably got off topic of what we were supposed to be doing. But
that's the whole purpose of this, is to have this conversation.
But bringing it back around, that's what I started the online business for, to be able to do those things and not mess with my retirement.
There's something I really desire, and this is why I should talk about it, but I don't, because I don't want to lose that desire. Mm-hmm. And that is, I desperately... See, this is, the whole thing, manifestation, don't chase something.
Right.
I want to own points at Disney's Hawaii Aulani. It's a vacation.
Awesome. Yeah.
I want to own points there because I would love to have my family come together every year. I have family in New Hampshire. and I have family here in California, and I just lost my brother-in-law, and I would love to say, let's go to Aulani.
Mhm.
I have my points. Let's schedule it. Let's book it. And
Mhm.
you know, they have that the vacation club is like a house. You know, it's
Mhm.
old. Let's go. Let's just get away and have that. That's something that is I desire, and I'm shameful that I haven't been able to achieve that yet. And this is the first time I've actually talked about it.
Well, look, and that's what we're doing, right? But it's no, I mean, why be shameful? You've worked your ass off, right? It just hasn't happened yet. It's there. It just hasn't happened yet.
Yes, the
Yeah.
power of delayed gratification
Mhm.
is something that I believe in. But
Yes.
you got to continue to show up. There's
You
no
got to
such
show up.
thing as I need to make money now. You know,
Right.
there's just no such thing as that.
Yeah. And you got to be consistent. You got to be persistent, and you got to pull your big girl pants up. Just make it happen. I mean, that's life, right?
Well, here's my calculation. I love doing my YouTube, and
Mhm.
YouTube takes care of me. TikTok, I've really slipped off. I saw my views drop after after they shut it down,
Mhm.
and I've been like, okay. I've worked so hard over on TikTok, growing a small
Yes.
audience to 18,000
Mhm.
plus.
Yeah.
I said, if
So
that's
so I want you to hold on for so TikTok. You
yes,
said TikTok. What
yes,
is your following?
18,000. It's been hovering at 18,700.
Okay. Do you know what my following is?
18,700.
Okay. So you know what my following is?
Yes, I sure do. I watch your channel.
8,000. Less than 8,000.
You're at about 7.5 or
Right.
7.7.
Less than
somewhere in there.
8,000, and I'm making money.
Okay.
Right. So it doesn't, yeah. So I had this conversation with Eddie and
Mhm.
Lindley. And so I said, okay, Eddie, yes, those followings help. But here I am, just a little bitty creator, just a little spot on the radar. Not even a
100%.
spot. I'm not even a spot, right? But I'm supplementing my retirement right now with 7,000 followers.
Right.
And I was even doing that with 1,000, 1,500, 2,000 followers.
Yeah, it's not the number of followers you
Right.
have. None of that matters.
Now, I do believe they help, right? Because the more people you have looking at your stuff, the more your chances are. That's just like fishing, right?
Mhm.
I love my outdoor analogies, right? If I got 10 hooks in the water and you've got 2, I'm expected to catch a few more fish than you, right? So
Yeah.
if I got 100,000 followers or 300,000 followers,
Sure.
I expect you to have a little bit better chance than I do. So what do I have to do? I have to come up with creative ways to get my audience to buy from me or pay attention to me, because I don't have all those folks looking at me, right? So we just need to talk. If TikTok is really something that you're interested in, I'm no guru at it. I'm learning. I'm lucky to be with some folks that are really doing very well, and I'm paying close attention to them.
So here's the thing. When I came onto TikTok, I did all the things that you're supposed to do. Follow the trends, follow this. And I kept doing that.
Mm-hmm.
And, I got into my head that, I'm going to be a storyteller.
Mm-hmm.
But TikTok moved on. They moved on. TikTok moved on to TikTok Shop and other things. And I stayed in the back. I got left behind. Let's just face that. That looks like what really happened. So now it's time for me to catch up and get back on that bus. And it doesn't mean the trends and the dancing and the this. No, I need to get serious about rejoining TikTok and enjoying it. And they really want me to go. And they tell me all the time, TikTok Shop.
Yeah, do it. Like, so, I didn't try to get 100,000 followers. I know some ways that I could grow my following in just a few months. I truly do. I'm getting ready to start another account next week.
Okay.
And I'm going to do something a little different. But everything that I've done on this account, my TikTok account, my main account right now, has all been organic. I haven't gotten in those follow rooms. I haven't beg people to follow me.
That's what
hard.
I didn't do that
Yeah.
either. Yep.
Yeah. So, I haven't tried. And I knew once I got into the TikTok shop, if I was just going to promote shoppable videos,
Sure.
that I wouldn't grow a following, but so fast, because all I'm doing is selling, talking
Mhm.
about tools, talking about hunting clothes, talking about whatever, right? Just selling stuff. Well, you don't get quite the engagement. Oh yeah, I've had some videos pop off. I've got some videos in the millions, right? Who ever thought a damn country boy like me would have videos in millions of views? But I do.
Right.
Right. And I understand to a degree what it takes to do that, right? Because I'm a studier. Like I said, I don't like to read a book, but I love to pay attention to people that know what they're doing.
I'm one of those persons that sees patterns.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't need to read the book. I know
Right.
that there's a pattern
Exactly.
happening.
Exactly.
Oh, I've seen this before.
Yeah.
This is something that's going to happen in life.
Yeah.
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 Mhm.
And that's the way my brain works. I mean, and Randy, I'm getting back to the wealth builder just a little bit. He and I have had these conversations, and we kind of think alike. Our brains kind of work alike, right?
Okay.
He's a hell of a lot smarter than I am. I don't even put myself on the same page with him. But what I'm getting at, sometimes I'm not saying I'm dyslexic, right? But sometimes I see numbers that are not. I mean, they're not in the right order.
I do
Right?
it all the time.
Do
I
it all
was
the time.
diagnosed when I was
Yeah.
young with that.
Yeah, I've never been tested, right? But I know damn well I am, right? I'm old enough to know this. I'm old enough to know I'm ADD. I have a attention deficit. I get it. I know this, but I've learned to compensate for that. I've learned my own little tricks, right?
Mhm.
And that's what we do. We come along. I know I did. I can't speak for you. I grew up in the country. We went outside at 7:30, 8 o'clock in the morning in the summertime, and we didn't come back till dark.
I was the same way. We had a neighborhood of kids that all
Yeah.
hung out with each other and did things that our parents had
Yeah.
no idea.
We learned. That's how we learned. We made those mistakes. We
Yes.
got those bruises and those scrapes and those stitches, and we learned not to do that again, right?
Yes.
And we've taken that away from some of our youth, I think. But that's a whole nother topic. But that's the way I grew up. That's the way my mind works. I have to test the water sometimes just to make sure the damn water's deep or the water's hot,
Mhm.
right? And then I reel back. But this online venture it's been fun. It's been challenging. TikTok shop is not easy. It's a mind game, and you have to have some tough skin because it's just like this, right?
And that's how content creation is with, video and engagement. It's
Mhm.
just you don't even know what you're going to be I know what I'm going to post, and usually I just go, well, it's just going to ride however it is. But I'm definitely, based on hearing your story and your success, and Eddie and Lindley, I'm super impressed. And I have the following. I have the qualifications.
Yes.
And I've been kind of like sitting back watching and going, okay, when is my time? And I have my dreams. And since turning 60, you got to start grabbing this stuff.
Yeah.
You got to start doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's, I've raised two very successful, beautiful young ladies, my daughters, right? They're gone. So, hey, it's just me and Chris. We're going to have fun. We're going to start doing the things that we're going to have to start having Mike and Chris time. We've done for them. They know that we love them. We've got their backs. But it's time to start doing some things that we want to do.
Amen.
And that's why I started this online. Bottom line, my why was to kind of start traveling, doing the things that Chris and I want to do. We got married really young, right? We had children really young. And our first daughter is 35, our oldest daughter.
Wow.
Right?
How old were you when you had your first daughter?
23.
You guys were young. Okay.
Yeah. So, and she's a doctor, right? Who would have thunk it?
Right.
So it was 10 years difference between the two, right? We tried earlier. It just didn't work. So we've had kids for a long time, 10 years apart. So when Brooke was going to college, Madison was just 10 years old, right? So we had 2 single children, and we were really involved in youth things like communities. So we lived a very busy young life, right? And I told Chris, I said, I've helped people in all kinds of ways. So is she. But it's time now for us to start enjoying some of that stuff.
That's true.
And so that's my journey, right? That's my TikTok funds.
I love it.
So this is what we're doing, right? This is where I'm at. But look, I've talked about me. You've bound to have some questions that or maybe we've covered some of the stuff, most of the stuff that you wanted. But hit me up. I'm an open book. I don't hide a lot. It is what it is.
Your overall experience with Group Juice. So you belong to Group Juice, but you also belong to Wealth Builders.
That's right.
Okay.
Yeah. So I started with Group Juice, right? No doubt. That was my start. I love Group Juice. It's and in talking to Flip, I told Flip, I don't, and I say this, and I'm taking this direction, but I told Flip, I said, I don't want to be a coach. I don't feel like, for starters, I'm not very well spoken. I don't write very well. I'm just being honest, right? That's why I love me some Chat GPT. I can sound like the best damn writer I've learned how to work it.
Okay, here's my question to you. Do you use Chat GPT when you present your TikTok shop videos, or is that you naturally?
That's me naturally. Okay. Now what I do now, I've started doing this.
Strategy.
Strategy, right? I need to make it a little easier, right? So all of my beginning videos were just off the cuff. I'm still off the cuff.
Okay.
Right. But I may have 10 products that I need to promote. So I've kind of dialed down on my chat, and I'll say, I'll copy a picture of what I'm promoting. Okay. Whether it's a tool, whatever it may be. Right. And I'll take that screenshot and post it into my chat. Mm-hmm. Okay. And I'll say, okay, chat, give me the top 10 selling points. Give me the highlights of this. Maybe give me a good hook.
That's a great strategy.
Yeah. So I may not use it, but it may give me some ideas, right?
You take a picture of it, mm-hmm. put it in your chat, and tell it to give you the points. Okay.
Yeah, the highlights of this thing. The top 10, top 5 selling points for this, right?
I learned a word yesterday, and I've used this word before, but not in this type of digital. Mm-hmm. Give me the opportunity. Mm-hmm. From whatever it is I'm looking for. Chat, tell me what is the opportunity mm-hmm. that I can get.
Yeah.
And that chat knew how to narrow it down.
And that's what, I got a lot of this stuff from Nate and Flip, right? Yes. Because, I'm in the core group, and they're just really getting into this AI stuff. And they'll mm-hmm. tell you that. They fought it for a long time. I actually had started using Chat GPT before they did. Mm-hmm. Because like I mentioned earlier, I'm not I can't spell. I'm not a very good writer. I didn't pay attention in school. That was not my thing. Why do I need to learn? I went to school before computers, right? So we had typewriter class, right? What the hell I need to learn how to type for? that was my thing. I'm going to build houses. I'm going to build buildings. I'm going to be a welder. I don't need to learn how to type, right? But look at me now, 50 damn years later plus. And here I am on a damn live call with you, right? I'm creating videos. Hell, I'm modeling clothes on TikTok. The hell would I ever thought that, right? I'm so we never know where we're going. But look, I'm open-minded. I don't get offended very easy. Mm-hmm. I'm a half full type of guy. So the glass for me is always half full, right? You've really got to knock me down to bring me down.
Got it.
And I'm lucky to have that attitude. Right? Because not everybody has that, right? A lot of people wear their emotions on the sleeve, and I'm an emotional guy, no doubt about it. I raised 2 girls. I've lived in a house full of women, right? So they have always brought, the emotional side out, right?
Yeah.
But if I can't get into my 9 to 5, right? But I'll just put it like this. I've been a construction guy for 40 plus years. Mm-hmm. Okay. So, us construction guys, we're a little hard on each other. Well, my 9 to 5 is even harder than that. I'll just put it like that. Okay. And I've been doing it for 35 years.
Yep.
Okay. And so it takes a lot to bring me down. I've seen a lot of shit in my life, good and bad. Right.
Me too. Yep.
Yeah. And I'm okay with that. Right. I'm in a good place. Mike is in a good place. I just say that. And I'm lucky for that. And that's because of attitude and being positive.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if you hang around with people that are negative and always the sky's falling, you know, it's going to rain today. Such and such died. Did you hear how sick this person was? You know, stock market is crashing. Nothing is ever positive. Where are you going to be?
Unfortunately, you get all of that at your 9 to 5.
Yeah.
And
but
it's a battle every single day.
I try not to watch the news. I watch just enough news to keep me updated. Right. I pay attention to the weather. But then when they get to bickering and arguing and talking about each other, I turn the damn TV off.
I do too.
I can't control it. I can vote, right? I'll give my vote. I vote every year, every election. I have my views, my thoughts. But do I believe in the system? Hell no. I'll just be honest with you. It's a bunch of millionaires and billionaires controlling, right?
Yes.
I don't get into politics. I don't. And I'm not going to take it that way.
I don't either, but I can't imagine where you're from, knowing that like how the states are just so, you know, you guys have like the power is where you are.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And living up there and seeing the class structure. Like I visited Boston, New Hampshire, everything.
It's a different world.
And you just turn around and, you know, it's like, you turn around and it's like everybody is right in front of you like this, you know. And here, well, I live in a blue state, you know, but we're all, you know, even though everybody thinks it's so crowded here and all the stuff that you see, that's not how everything really is. But man, you guys are all stone throws away from each other.
Well, so yes, that's where you think I am. Okay. But I do live on a farm. I live out in a rural area.
Oh, okay.
I don't have any neighbors. I've never really had neighbors. I mean, I can see a few houses here and there, but I've never lived in a town. Like I lived in a town when I was younger, but it was a small town, 1,500 people. Oh, maybe 5,000 people, right? The town that I'm in now is about 20,000 people, but I live on the outside of it. I don't even go to town unless I absolutely have to, right?
How far is the nearest shoppable location? Like either whether it be a shopping center or
we can be to some good places in an hour, right? And we have a Walmart within 15 minutes, right? Is that good? I mean, you know, we have a grocery store within 15, 20 minutes, but if you really want to go shopping, you're going to drive an hour. So that tells you where I'm at.
That says a lot.
But I love it, right? I love it. I don't need, like I said earlier, I have a decent pickup truck. My wife has a decent car. Could I buy a better vehicle? Yes. Do I need a better vehicle? A shinier vehicle? No. If I wanted to hang with the Joneses, and I have a lot of Joneses as friends, right? But they know my personality. I love to see them succeed. I love to see them buy things because they share with me, right?
Sure.
I'm just that kind of guy, right? I have some friends and come on, Mike, let's go do this, right? But do I need to buy that stuff? You know, so I'll tell you this. Me and a friend of mine and my wife built this house that I'm sitting in right now 35 years ago, the three of us.
You built it.
I built it, right? It was the first house I ever built. I had no damn idea what I wanted. Right. I had no clue. I went to the planning to the courthouse and said, you know, I want to build a house. I need to get a permit. Right. And what are you building? We got to have some plans. I come home and drew my own plans and took it back. And they said, well, the architect didn't do this. I said, no, but this is what I'm building. This is what I'm building. Now you can either give me the damn permit or not, but I'm building it. Right. So I got a permit and we built a house. and it's been standing for 35 years.
35 years.
35. Do I need a bigger house? No. And that's just Chris and I.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I have a house that's around 2,400 square feet, 2,400 square feet. Could I afford a bigger house if I really wanted to? Yeah. But do I need it? No. I'd rather go do those experiences. But that's me. I don't have to show off. I don't have to have those shiny things. You know what I mean? Do I like to go to a nice restaurant? Yeah. We like to go out on Friday night. Friday nights, Chris and I's date night.
Nice.
So we normally try to go to it. But hell, I got to go an hour to get to a nice restaurant. So we'll cook a steak on the grill or some crab legs or lobster and have a few drinks and hang out by the fire pit.
That's where I am now.
Yeah, I'm good with that. Totally fine with that.
We can put some lobster on here at home. I've done it before. I'll do it again.
Yeah.
We don't need to go out for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But my wife loves to go out and have a dinner because she doesn't have to clean up and do that thing. So we try to have a date night. And so Friday nights, so here we are on Friday night, right?
Right.
Normally I don't do this on Friday nights.
Oh.
Normally, this is not normally, I've been invited to a lot of lives on Friday nights and I say, no, that's date night. We don't do Friday nights, but you were kind enough to come on our live. So I told Chris, she's got a couple things that she was going to do. So, and our girls are coming home for the weekend. So I said, well, I got some time Friday night, so we're going to do this.
I appreciate you so much.
Yeah, that's been fun. I love it.
This was amazing. I'm so glad. And you sold me. It's about association. It's about community.
Yeah.
I have joined with Flip and Nate. Mm-hmm. That community is been a lifesaver for me. Mm-hmm. And I'm always trying to find good people to be around.
Me too. Yeah.
And my real thing has been, I'm going to tell you, it's been online. Mm-hmm. It's been with people who may really make a commitment toward one another.
Yeah.
And I've been scammed, but I'm getting over it and I'm finding my way and I'm finding really good people around. So so why don't you send me your link?
Look, you've got my number. So we can have a phone conversation. We don't have to, and then I'll hang out as long as you want. I don't have
and I'm a cheap mofo, right? So I'm
cool, that's fine. And I don't know really what your audience is. I paid attention to you because we've been in the same circle, right? But I'll be glad to share, and we can continue this conversation as long as you want. We'll talk about whatever you want. I'm an open book. If I know it, I'll tell you. If I don't know it, I'll tell you. But if I can help you, I definitely will.
I appreciate
that. That's been my whole life. I mean, I don't mind that, But I mean, you do these podcasts, which I think is awesome, and you try to help people and you share your information. We're at an age now. This is all new to us, right? I just told you when I went to school, it was typing, hitting a keyboard. The hell with that. I didn't have time for that. We were in auto shop, building classes. We were in trade classes, that kind of stuff. That's what I still believe in today. That's where we went wrong, in my opinion.
I believe in that too. I'm like, you got to learn how to at least drive a heavy piece of equipment.
Yeah.
That's
where we took a wrong turn, in my opinion.
Make yourself marketable.
Yeah. So off of the online space a little bit, we're in a bad place as far as tradespeople, electricians, plumbers, heating and air guys, refrigeration guys, welders. They're all our age.
I know.
And that's pathetic. That's pitiful. Who's going to do this work? I'm tired. I'm wore out.
Well, I have some good news.
Okay.
So, I work around a lot of young people at Target, very young.
Okay.
And they're I'm surrounded by a lot of very wealthy oceanside communities here.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I've been fortunate enough to talk to these very young kids.
Yeah.
Hell,
30 is young to us now, right?
Oh, I know, but these are young. These are like fresh out of high school.
Yeah.
The thing now, I'm going to trade school. Mm-hmm. And we're talking private school.
Perfect.
We're talking kids who are bougie private education. Their parents pay thousands for gate schools, whatever. And the kids are like, Yeah, I'm going to trade school. You know,
And
it's the thing
I
now.
love that. I love that because
I'm
I
like,
can tell you
yeah.
from experience, when you learn that trade, that skill, nobody can take that from you.
No, true.
Nobody can take that from you. So then it's up to you to have the initiative. I know how to do this shit. I can go make as much as I want.
Mhm.
My paycheck is unlimited at this point because you learn how to do the things that people don't want to do or are not willing to do.
Yeah.
When you learn how to do that and you're willing to do it, it's unlimited at that point.
I think there's a good work ethic to be learned
Yeah.
when you go to trade school as opposed to opening up a book.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I went to university. I went to an agricultural university.
Mm-hmm.
I got in and I learned animal science like your
Yeah.
daughter did.
Right.
And then I learned I didn't like it. I decided I don't want to be a vet. I don't want to work with large animals. It's not my thing. And then I found my way. I found, but you got to do it.
You got to
right?
do it.
You got to know if you like it
out.
or not.
Mhm.
And I said, nope, I don't like this. I don't want to do this. I don't want to go to UC Davis. I don't want to go anywhere else. I just want to find a really good agricultural career here in California, which I did. And I worked that for 30 years, but it's a man's industry.
Yeah. Yeah.
And in the 80s and in the 90s, being a woman, it was a beat down.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I found my way and I did very well. But I got to tell you, man, you talk about thick skin. I had to develop thick skin. And I coached a young woman recently to go into logistics, transportation logistics. I go, it's a great career, but you're going to take your knocks.
Yeah.
And you got to put your, they call them chicks with dicks.
I got it. Yeah. I know some, right?
And I said, you're going to make a lot of money,
yeah,
but you're going to end up being, and her sister tells me, she goes, Lisa, there's some times when she comes home from work and she cries. And I said, she's learning. She's going to be there. She sticks it out. It's going to happen. She's going to get, and I said, she's going to have a great career. I pray she has a great career, but I go, you gotta be a tough bitch.
Yeah. I mean, that's what it is. I mean, it's true. And I'm seeing more and more women in the trades industry now than I've ever seen before. And I love to hire women that are into trade.
This guy was like, I'm going to mentor you. This young woman goes, I'm ready to mentor you. And I told her, do it. Take the opportunity, grab it, do it. Do what you need to do. You got to get in. And, I had a great career and I'm ready to do so. This is why I left, because I just got tired of the beatdown.
Yeah.
I just got damn tired of it.
Yeah.
So, making my own.
Yeah. Hey, well, that's what I'm doing now. I'm on a different, like I said earlier, I started out as an apprentice and here I am in my late 50s. I'm not 60 yet, but I'm knocking pretty damn hard.
Are you almost there?
Yeah, I'm knocking pretty damn hard. And here I am starting a whole new apprenticeship program. It's just the way I look at it because that's the topic we're on. But that's what it is, right? I'm learning a new trade, a new skill. But hell, that's what I've done all my life. That's how we were brought up. So a little backstory of my younger age, I come from a poor family, right? We didn't have money. I had friends with money. And I felt horrible because they were getting all these things. They had the dirt bikes, the go-karts, they were taking these big vacations.
Did they have a passport?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't know what a damn passport was. Right? Hell, I didn't get a passport till I was a grown man. I mean, on up in age, right?
Yep.
Yeah. And so this is my entrepreneurial background, my belief, what I do. At the age of 10 and 12 years old, I was mowing lawns, cutting grass, right, for people. I can remember cutting grass with a push lawnmower, and I had to hold the bar. I don't know where you live. I don't know how much grass you have, or if you're familiar with all. Y'all in the desert, if I remember correctly, right? Well, we live in a lush green, area, right?
Yes.
And in the summertime, we cut a lot of damn grass. I hate cutting grass, but we cut a lot of grass, right? So as a 10, 12-year-old, I was cutting lawns. I was cutting grass for people, right? I would find these older people like we are now and say, hey, can I cut your grass? And I would make $5. I'd cut all day. I had 20 yards of grass, 20 lawns, 20 houses worth of grass to cut.
Sure.
I would pull my lawnmower behind my bicycle with a gas can on it.
Wow.
At 10, 12, 13 years old. And minimum wage, when I started working, minimum wage was $2 an hour.
Yeah, I think it was like $2.50 for me.
Yeah, $2.25 in that range.
Yeah.
In this area, right? But I could go cut grass, and it'd take me 30 minutes to 45 minutes, maybe an hour. I'd make $5.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Cash. It didn't take me long to learn that if I wanted to buy something, I'd just go cut some more grass.
Yes.
I'd go rake some more leaves.
So now you're creating more videos.
Exactly. Now that's just how it works, right? When you get the mindset that nobody's going to help me, nobody's coming to bail me out, nobody's coming to give me, I got to get out and get it. If I want it, I got to go get it.
And that's how I've recently been with TikTok Shop. I'm like, you know what? You got to get your ass out there and walk the dogs and show off that Duo dog leash, because you need to make a few shekels right now.
Yeah. And that's why I had no problem doing this, because my whole life, as I just said, 10 years old, I had to go get it. We didn't have it. So if I wanted it, I went and got it, and I play sports, right? I'm not a big guy. I'm 5'11", 200 pounds. And there's a lot of bigger guys on the team. But I can tell you, there ain't many of them that hustled me, right?
Right.
Right. When we were running our laps, my goal was to be in the top 1, 2, or 3 of that group when we were making those laps around that field, right? You hit me hard enough, you pissed me off, and I'm going to try my best to hit your ass back, or I'm going to outrun you. One of the damn two, right? But you got to have that determination.
Yes.
Right? You got to have that grit, that drive, that consistency, that persistency. That's the key. The positive attitude. Hang with people that have that positive attitude and where you want to be.
Mm-hmm.
If you're hanging with people that are like I mentioned earlier, that are always down, the sky's falling, well, hell, that's going to be your attitude. But if you hang with some people that it's always sunny, tomorrow's going to be even better than today, where are you going to be, right?
Yep.
So,
and that's what I got out of the community with Nate and Flip.
Yeah.
And that's what I get. Yep. And I'm still on that. I'm still searching for more. I want more.
Yeah.
So definitely send me your link and we'll I'll check it out. I'm curious. Absolutely. It'll be interesting. I would love, now that 2026 is rolling around, it'd be nice to do just a beta test.
Don't do a test. Do the test right now. We're in quarter 4.
Yeah, that is true.
Quarter. We're in the Christmas shopping time. If you're ever going to do it, now's the time today, not tomorrow. Start today.
Okay.
Start today. Find you some products. If you have to buy some. But look, you said you're in Amazon, right?
I am.
You do? Okay. Amazon has a feature where you walk around. It's got a camera in the search bar. Mm-hmm. Are you familiar with that?
In the Amazon or in the Google?
Both of them. No.
Okay.
TikTok and Amazon. So if you open up your TikTok shop.
Yes.
Okay. Because we're talking about TikTok. There's a camera up there. So you can walk around your house and take a screenshot. Hold that camera on the product at your house. If TikTok has it, it'll link you with that product.
Oh, I'm there. I got damn. Okay.
Okay.
I got some good stuff around me.
Absolutely.
Good stuff.
All this stuff that we're talking about, the headphones, right? Either TikTok or Amazon has them damn headphones because that's where you bought them from. Mm-hmm. I'm pretty sure, right? Yes. That tablet that you may be using or kitchen, scan it and promote the hell out of it. Find you a good reputable seller. You don't have to buy from them. Yeah. Link it to your storefront.
Oh, because they're going to be grateful that I'm actually putting their link into. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So you don't have to buy stuff. So I talk to these creators now. We're gonna get down in the weeds for a minute. So I don't know how long you want me on, but I'll talk to you as long as you want to talk, and we can talk about whatever you want to talk
You
about.
seem to be really enjoying this, so that's
Yeah,
good.
I look, if I can help people, I love it, right? But look, I know folks, star creators,
Mhm.
big time creators. And I use Walmart because that's our store, right? You know, I live in a small town. But you could go to Walmart, purchase. I'm not saying this is the, you know, necessarily the right thing to do, but all right, Ninja products, kitchen,
Okay. Yeah.
okay, knife set. They're big time on TikTok right now. Ninja has come over to TikTok, right? Okay, go to Walmart, buy you 2 or 3 of the nicest damn things Walmart has that are Ninja products, bring them home, do 10 videos on each one of them, take the damn things back to Walmart,
Yeah.
and post your videos.
Got it.
Go find some of the best shoes that you love. Get 2 or 3 different brands of them. If they're on TikTok, promote the hell out of them around the house. Take them back.
That's
What you got to
interesting.
do. If that's what
'Cause
you got to do. If you
I'm
don't
a
have money,
Cuisinart lady. I'm waiting for. I'll check and see if Cuisinart's on TikTok.
yeah. So look, so we can make all the excuses we want. I don't have money to buy products, right? I don't have money to go out and do this. I just told you a way to do it.
Sure.
Not you, Lisa, but whoever may be watching this at a later time.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if we're live, if we are projecting out live, or this
Hey,
is recorded.
Mike, I work at Target. You have
Yeah.
no idea the level of returns that we get
Yeah.
every single day. And I told a friend of mine this morning too. I told somebody at work, and I'm
You're
like,
at Target.
they're already starting to return Christmas products. So I'm like, I know what's going on.
Look, girl,
They're
let me
taking
tell you-
them. They're
Yeah.
doing, oh, this is great. We're going to TikTok.
Yeah.
And then they're going to take that product and they're
Yeah.
going to return it back to
Yeah.
the store.
Yeah, you're in a prime spot, Lisa. I'm gonna say this: you're seeing what's trending right now. If you're at Target,
Yeah, I work for them.
you're seeing what's trending. You're seeing what Target. Look how big Target is. If you want to know what's going on, watch Target.
Mhm.
What have they started to put on the shelves for Christmas?
Oh, they've been working on that Christmas stuff for
Okay,
weeks.
so think about this. What are you going to promote on
Christmas stuff.
Right, same products that Target is promoting, right?
Mm-hmm.
They've got all the gurus, the marketers, right? They're telling you what to promote right now.
Yeah.
Think about that for a minute.
Yeah.
They're telling you right now what to promote. You're seeing it every day.
I learned yesterday, I had a gentleman on my live. He
Mhm.
was talking about search engine. You go on TikTok and you type in a word, space,
Yep.
and all the like long tailed searches will come up.
Yep. Yep.
And then you go down and then you start niching down and you know exactly what to either talk about
Yep.
or what to promote, all kinds of stuff. It's all search engine optimization. You
Optimization,
just
right.
need to know how to do it and train your brain to consistently do that first before you make your video.
Yeah. So think about this. If you're looking for a product,
right?
How are you going to search it? If you're looking for those shoes that you were just talking about, what are you going to type in to search it? Whether it be Google, whether it be anything. TikTok now is a searchable engine.
It's Google, YouTube, and TikTok. Those are the 3 top search engines right now.
Yep.
And so, if you're going, you go to the place you spend 90% of your time on, obviously.
Yeah.
But if you are a TikTok shop creator, you're going to want to be able to track that audience. You're going to go on TikTok shop and you're going to go to TikTok and you're going to type in one word, space, or the ... and then a space, and then this whole keys will come up and you know exactly what people, it's not what's trending, it's what people are searching for.
Right. It's so prime example right now.
Isn't that great?
Yeah. So right now, I used to put a lot of information in my description of my products. I focus on those SEOs, those keywords. If I was looking for this set of tools, how would I search it?
How would you search it?
So that's now my description.
Got it. Yes, that's what he
Okay.
said. Use that as your description.
Exactly. So now me and my Chat GPT business partner, because that's what I named him,
Mhm.
I say, okay, Mr. Chat, give me the SEO for this product. Give me those keywords.
The keyword.
Let's dive in on a good description that's searchable. Let's dig in on those keywords,
Mhm.
and that's what I'm gonna put in my description, in my
Yes.
product description, my
Yes.
video description, and my product description.
And then you got to open up the video with the keywords.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I was told yesterday by Tommy, this guy, he was like, it was on my show, and he was like, don't go, hey, everybody, it's Lisa Wright. I'm here.
Right.
You got to just
Yeah.
go
You-
right into the keywords.
Your people have scrolled on by at that
Yeah.
point.
and
You got
those
about less than 3
keywords will
seconds.
grab them in.
You got less than 3 seconds to grab that audience.
Yep.
So it's either visual, audible, so those are your two main things. Either they got to see it or they got to hear it to stop.
They got, yep, exactly.
One of the two. And TikTok is for people like me with ADD, right? It's got to happen. Yes, sir. It's got to happen. Just like that. And if you understand that, you can grab them, right? And I need to get better at that. I know I do.
Even
Yeah.
the young man who was teaching it said, he says, I also have to get better. I got to
Yeah.
train my brain
Yeah, you got to train.
to
Yeah,
do that on a consistent basis.
yeah.
Holy
Yeah.
cow.
But do it. I mean, right now is the time to do it. Not tomorrow, not after the first of the year, not in 2026. We're in the fourth quarter.
Yeah. the
Quarter
fourth
four.
quarter.
Yeah, Q4, fourth quarter, however you want to do it. If I'm in a football game, this is the fourth quarter. Either we got to win this damn thing or we're going to lose it. So we got to get our shit together and make it happen. Right.
So thank you very much for all the tips. I didn't know that TikTok had that ability. You go around your house and just start doing, and then you grab the item that TikTok says it's okay. And then you go in and you find the search engine words what people are searching for.
Yeah.
And that's where you go straight into the creative.
And you find a good, reputable seller
yes.
that has that product. And then you link that seller and that product to your video.
Got it.
Okay. Amazon's the same way. They have the same tool in their search engine up top. You can do the same thing. So a lot of products that I do on Amazon are on TikTok. Amazon is going to pass. I mean, TikTok is going to pass Amazon.
You think so? Yeah.
Oh, no doubt in my mind. We already, like I just said, Ninja, Crocs, Hey Dudes, Shark. I just got a collaboration invite from Shark. You know what I'm talking about? The vacuums.
The vacuum.
I just got a collab invite, free samples from Wall, which is hair clippers.
Okay.
Okay, which is the guy. It was what I use. I cut my own hair. I don't have time. The only time I go get my hair cut professionally is if I've got an event.
Okay.
Other than that, I'm outside. I'm just like that, baby. Yep. I got two. I use the 8 and the 5. And if that don't look good enough, well, I'm sorry, I put a damn hat on, but that's what I got, right? So, you have Ninja. Ninja's big time. All these big companies are coming over and putting their products now. And they're looking for creators. And who are they looking for? So you have to think about this. A 20-year-old doesn't have money to spend right now. I mean, really.
True.
Who has the money? I know we're talking about struggling but the average 50-plus-year-old is the one with the money right now.
Mm-hmm.
Or 70-year-old, 60-year-old. So who's spending the money? Now our deal is we got to make them want to buy on social media because we're skeptics, right? This shit ain't real. Somebody's gonna get our money, right? So we got to convince them that we're trustworthy enough to deal with us, right? Because these are the people that have the money to spend.
100%.
So as a business person, that's the things that we have to think about. So yeah. And I use this for tax purposes, right? I hope the IRS is not watching, but that's why I'm starting my second account now.
Mm-hmm.
Like the trips I just talked about I took last year. We're going to get onto a whole. I'm not a tax expert. Let me say this right off the bat. So please take this with a grain of salt, whoever's listening, right? But
Well, if you have a tax accountant, they will tell you.
I did, right.
You present it.
Yes, exactly.
And then they'll
Yeah.
say, well, like example, my tax accountant, finally I'm in a place where they're able to declare.
Right.
But the guy was like, your wife only earned $50 last year.
Mhm.
I'm not going to, it's
Right.
they
Yeah.
know exactly what they need to do,
Yeah. Yeah.
But now he's like, oh yeah, that's a 1099 right there.
Yeah, we got 10, and everything I do on TikTok and Amazon is 1099, right? That's an earned income. Well, I need to offset that because I have a 9-to-5 and I have other businesses. I have
Mhm.
other things going on, I should say. So last year, I just told you I took a trip to Costa Rica, right? I took a trip to Wyoming.
Right.
I took a trip to Colorado.
Did you video there?
100% every
100%.
freaking day. Every day. Guess what I was doing? I was working on just about all of my trip.
Yes, that is true.
I'm a content creator. I'm a marketer now. That's
Yes.
my business. So you have to get that in your mind. What's your business? What am I doing? I'm a marketer. Prove me that I'm not. I'm selling product on TikTok
Right.
and Amazon. Okay. I'm a content creator. Tell me I'm not. Look at my views. People are watching what I'm doing. They're
100%.
entertained. This is my brand. Right. So guess what? All that stuff is tax deductible. Not all of it. You got to talk to your tax guy.
You have to talk to your
You gotta
tax
talk to your
accountant.
tax guy. I'm just putting out some thoughts, right, to get your brain working.
Yeah, it's about making that mental shift.
Yeah. Yeah, you got to make that mental shift. We got
Yeah.
to think of it as there's a tax code on the books for a reason, right?
Right.
And most of the 9-to-5ers, the W-2 earners, unfortunately, they pay a set tax.
Yes, I've always been there.
Yeah, and so what we have to think about as a business owner, as we transition to this entrepreneurship, this business ownership, what can we do to keep our money?
Well, I
Yeah,
mean,
to
the
keep my money.
office, the internet,
Yeah,
this.
absolutely. So you're in your home office. Well, let me tell you what that does. That gives you a portion of your house if you're in your house. Okay, so you have an office space. Part of that is deductible. Part of your light bill, your electric bill is deductible. Your phone, part of your phone is deductible. Part of your homeowner's insurance is deductible. There's all kinds of stuff. You just got to get with the right folks to help you.
And you have to have the tax accountant who knows exactly how to, if that's their intent, like maybe they'll tell you, you know what, you got to move your money like in this direction.
Exactly.
Yeah. Whatever
Yeah.
works out and whatever. Yeah. 100%. But you
And I
got to
love
do it.
I love
You
that
just
stuff.
don't declare it.
Yeah.
You have to actually have
And you have to
proof
document. You have
behind
to
it.
prove.
Yes.
It's no better proof than what you and I are doing right now as content creators.
Yes.
It's on damn video.
We're talking.
I can't hide that. Right? Yeah, I'm in a hunting trip in the Grand Tetons of Wyoming, right? But I'm videoing content. I'm talking about what I'm doing, my product, I'm building my brand.
Yeah.
Tell me I'm not. Prove to me that I'm not. Because I can show you now that I've proof of concept because I'm earning income online. How
Right.
did I start that? Creating content, sharing my life, sharing my experiences,
Yes.
right? You know, so
Once you
I don't
monetize
know what direction we're supposed to be going here, Lisa. So you just reel me in or tell me what the hell you want.
No, it's all good. I mean,
Yeah.
and I appreciate you like changing and shifting that mindset because a lot of people, I don't think of it that way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I look at this room as my creator's studio,
Yeah.
but my husband's an entrepreneur, so
Yeah.
he looks at it differently.
Right. Yeah.
But the thing is, you need to have the mentor. And this is why I tell young people,
Mhm.
I didn't have a mentor growing up.
Yeah. I didn't either.
I didn't have what's called a mentor.
Yeah.
And wealthy people in wealthy areas, they find a mentor.
Yes. They
It's
stay with
very
those people that
common.
I'm talking about.
And
That
that
are positive.
mentor, yes,
Yeah. Yeah.
that mentor teaches them and shows them
Yes.
everything.
Yeah.
I didn't have that. I was told to
didn't
go
either.
out and get that 9-to-5 and then
Yes.
buy that house and be
Yes.
successful. You're successful.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
and you got
and
the
you're
car
working,
and you got everything that shows for it.
and I know I don't like this expression, but I'm gonna say it. You're working for the man, right?
Well, yeah.
We've all heard that, right? And we're enslaved to that business, right?
Yes.
Because we put ourselves in that position because we have to have that $75,000 vehicle right now. You know, vehicle prices are crazy, right? I don't have a $75,000, but we like to show off, right? We like to have those shiny things. I got to have that big house so I can keep up with the Joneses, so I look like I'm doing good, right?
Yeah.
Well, you're just digging yourself in a hole. Me as a business owner, and this is going to sound harsh, right? And I'm sorry, but it's the truth. It's the real world. I love that because guess what? I know you're coming to work because you have those bills to pay. You have that family to raise, so I can count on you. I
You're
love
trapped.
for you to go in debt. I love for you to go in debt, right? And I'm being as real as I can. You know, I don't sugarcoat stuff.
I
Right.
didn't feel that until I got divorced.
Yeah,
And I was like in survival mode. And my boss knew that they had me
absolutely. By the
right
ball.
here.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And that's when Lance and I got married and I learned differently. Live below your means.
Mm-hmm.
Don't be house poor.
Mm-hmm.
Don't be this. I go, we're just
Yeah.
we're gonna buy cheap, we're gonna live cheap, we're gonna do
Yeah.
this. That's when I was able to say, bye, I'm
Yeah.
out.
But a lot of folks are not willing to do that because they want to look the part,
Yeah.
but not be the part.
Damn.
Right. And they dig that damn hole. And I can tell you, when you're paying credit cards at 18 and 20, 25% interest, you're not digging out of that hole easy. Not when you're already in the hole, right?
It's hard, man.
It's hard. And we can find ourselves getting in that hole easily because it makes us feel good. We have this new vehicle. Man, I'm pimping through town. I'm looking good. You know, I don't really give a shit what you're driving. Me, I don't care. I rather for me and you to go on that trip and we go have a good time.
I remember, I remember
Yeah.
years ago when the gas crisis of, I think it was 2008.
Yeah.
And
that was a hell of a crash.
I had a little Honda Civic that was a natural gas vehicle. I had just bought it. And it was like a big, Honda Civics are big cars.
Yeah.
And I had a guy sitting next to me and he rolled down his window and he was like, how much do you pay for gas for that thing? And I said, about $1.10.
Damn right, I'm doing good.
And the guy looked at me and he had a big, fancy, like $60,000 truck.
Yeah.
And people were like offering I was getting offers like, I'll buy your car for you for cash.
Yeah.
During the gas crisis.
Yeah.
I was paying $1.10 for gas.
Right.
How many miles did you get on that thing?
Damn right.
What do you care? You got a big old fancy car.
Exactly. And my wife and I, we come from very humble backgrounds. My wife's family were farmers, poor farmers. My family was country 9-to-5ers, state employees, bare minimum wages, just enough to get by, enough for you to be in debt and have to go to work every day.
Yeah, it's a trap.
Right? It's a trap.
Poverty is a trap, and I'm experiencing it right now.
It truly is. And I never had anyone to show me that way. Luckily, I just grind, right? And I try to hang with people that are where I want to be.
Well, all our parents asked is that we just be one step.
Yeah, that's right.
That's
exactly.
all they asked for.
That's what we were taught.
Yep.
I had nobody who went to college in my family, right? And when I said, and they knew I hated school. I mean, they couldn't get me to school. I'd skip school. I wouldn't go to school, right? But I had a personality with my teachers. They liked me, right? Mm-hmm. I just had that personality. I was always energetic, happy-go-lucky, right? I didn't get down easy. I got in trouble, but it was fun trouble. Like I didn't do anything to hurt anybody, or I wasn't going to do anything bad to anybody, but I like to have fun, right? So I got in trouble I may have talked too much, or we may have done some things that we shouldn't have done out on the ball field or whatever, right? So I had good relationships with teachers. Now, some of them liked me, some of them didn't, right? Because I couldn't focus and I couldn't pay attention. But I learned from hard knocks, right? I come from a broken family. So did my wife. So we didn't have that stable household.
Right.
Okay. And that's why Chris and we got married really, really early. And we got ourselves in some trouble. Like I can remember, and this is going to sound crazy to folks, and we come from two different areas, right? So your expenses are probably a lot more on the West Coast than mine are on the East Coast. I have no idea. I have no idea, right? I know what I pay when I go out that way. And your stuff is a lot more expensive than what we pay. Okay. But I can remember when we first got married, satellite TV had just come about.
Mm-hmm.
So we got married in 1989. Okay. I can remember telling my wife, I'm not paying $20 for damn TV.
Mm-hmm.
You've lost your mind. I'm not paying $20 to watch TV. Okay. I'm not paying $20 for a cell phone. Cell phone, bag phones, these things had just come out, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Nobody needs to talk to me that bad. I have a house phone, right? They know how to get me. Leave a damn message on the answer machine. I'm not paying that extra money. That's the way, because I come from that background of grind, right? We didn't have it. I didn't grow up. We had a phone at one time in our house,
Mm-hmm.
but it was a party line. And what I mean by that, it was like 3 families on that one line.
Oh, wow. That never existed where I was from.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
So if it rang one time, it was for Lisa's family. If it rang 2 times, it was for Mike's family.
Wow.
If it rang 3 times, and it would ring, ring or ring or 3 times. And that's how you knew how to answer. Well, then Lisa would be listening to my conversation and I would be listening to Lisa's conversation. So we didn't have that kind of stuff. Right. So, and that just tells you the area I'm from, the era that I'm from.
I tripped out when one of my friends told me that I visited them and they had a well. The well water.
I have well water.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, I have well water, right? Yeah, love it. When I go to the city, the water's horrible. It's chlorine. It tastes like bleach and chlorine to me.
So she told me, she's like, yeah, we got well water here. And I'm like, okay, I don't understand. But man, I'm telling you, when I drank that water, I was like, oh, this is good.
Yeah, exactly.
It's so cold. It's so fresh. It's so,
yeah.
It feels so good.
Yeah. So, it's just how you prioritize things, right? This is the background I come from.
Yeah.
I don't like to waste money. I'm frugal. My wife is worse than I am. I like to spend money on experiences, not goods necessarily.
Yes.
I look at a vehicle as not a very good asset.
I see
it's
it
not
as
going
a
to make
beast
me
of
money.
burden.
What was that? I'm sorry.
A beast of burden.
Yeah.
That's all it is. It's like banged up and ready to just serve me. You know?
Yeah. And, I look at a vehicle, and because everybody has vehicles, and that's why I'm using this as an example. But if I go buy a $60,000, $70,000 vehicle, when I drive it off that lot, guess what it did? It went down. That's not a good investment.
Yep. Dave Ramsey says you're just throwing money out the window.
That's not a good investment because that's a depreciating. We think of it, a lot of people think of it, well, I got a nice vehicle, man. I'm looking good. I've got this, but the value drops. In 10 years, where's the value at?
Yep.
Well, if I buy a piece of property, where's it at in 10 years? I'm hoping it's going to be this way, not this way.
That vehicle, always up.
That vehicle or that boat or that camper or that RV is going this way.
Which now leads us to content creation and growing a following, because I don't know if you experience, but nobody goes backwards. You only go forward.
Yeah, that's what you want. I know we got off topic. Like I say, I don't know what kind of track we're supposed to be staying on, Lisa. So keep me in track because I'm just talking. So this is what my wife has to do to me. Keep me in line. Tell me where we're going.
It's all good, but we've been here now. You're coming upon 8 o'clock your time.
Yeah, that's right.
And we've had an incredible night. I totally love the fact that you're successful. You got it going on, and you know how this industry goes. It goes like this.
Yeah.
This, because come January, February, it's going to dip a little bit.
Sure it is. Sure it is.
We've been there. We know how to, but you have to learn how to prepare for it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And understand what you're just part of the, what do they call that? The purchasing cycle.
Yeah. You're part of the cycle.
That's it.
And the old saying is, don't put all your eggs in one basket.
Damn right.
Yeah. Because if you do, I can use some old country sayings, right? Because I'm an old country guy. But if you put all your eggs in one basket, easy for those eggs to get busted up or stolen, right? So have a few eggs over here, have a few eggs over here, have a few eggs back here. And you know, hopefully when one of those eggs get busted, a couple of those other eggs are still whole.
You can lean on it.
Yes.
You can still lean on that. But yeah, I mean, because a lot of people go, well, you know, the TikTok shop is saturated right now. No,
it's too big. And that's where we get hung up. And the algorithm. So if I'm watching TikTok shop on TikTok and I'm paying attention to that, what is the algorithm going to show me? TikTok shop. So therefore it seems to be oversaturated because that's all I'm seeing.
That is true. That's all you're watching. But if you were to, let's say, okay, here's a sample. You know what I did on TikTok? I went in and I filtered and I suppressed the term, I'm going to say it, Charlie Kirk.
Yeah, that's cool.
So I didn't get any
of that. Right.
Any of it.
Yeah.
Right. I told TikTok, I don't want to see any of this content.
Yeah.
I took the 2 words and I said, filter these out.
Yeah. Yeah.
You can do that.
You can do that. Right. And then TikTok is learning what Lisa likes, what she doesn't like. And that's what you're going to see. Right. So the TikTok shop, if that's what you're starting to pay attention to, because now I'm thinking about doing TikTok shop. So I'm watching these creators. Well, guess what TikTok is going to give you? Unless you put those filters in and block some of that stuff. They're going to feed you TikTok shop night and day.
That makes sense.
And now it's going to look oversaturated because that's all I'm seeing. So everybody's doing it, right? This is all I see. So everybody's doing it.
That's just where you chose to go.
That's where you chose. That's your lane. Just like I said earlier, when I first started, I was just watching funnies, right? Comical side of TikTok. And the more I watched it, guess what TikTok did? It said, Mike likes this funny stuff, so I'm going to keep feeding it to him.
Right.
Right. And then I switched over to the learning part. And so guess what TikTok did? Well, I'm going to feed him the learning part. And then I switched over to TikTok shop. And guess what I see now? TikTok shop. That's all I see.
And you're learning from the TikTok shop creators.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So TikTok's going to feed you what you want. That's an algorithm. That's how it works.
Well, I got some TikTok shop products on its way to me right now, but also I'm going to go around in my house and see what I have, you know, because I have an incredible, I have a Jackery.
Okay.
That I have not videoed at all because what do? I don't see it on TikTok. I see some, but I don't see that particular model on TikTok.
And it may not be, but it may be on Amazon.
That's true.
So just move it to Amazon. Okay. I wear, these are reading glasses. I don't have regular glasses, right? But I can't, when I took these off, I can't even see you, Lisa, right? So I got to have these things, right? So I also have a pair of what's called click glasses, right? They got a band around them. And when you put them on, you can click them together. And when you don't want them, you unclick them. It's a magnet. Okay. And you just let them hang down, right? So you can keep up with them, right? I advertise the shit out of them. I wear them every day. I don't have them on right this minute, but normally I have those with me around my neck. Well, I've done, I don't know how many Amazon reviews. Now they've moved to Facebook. And I'm understanding they're moving over to TikTok.
The brand.
Okay. Well, I wear them all the time. How easy is that to do a video on? I've got them with me all the time. Click them on and talk about it.
Do you analyze the return on that investment at all? At any time?
Really, what investment is it? So let's talk about it.
Okay.
I don't want to hold you too long because we're at 8 o'clock, so we've been 2 hours. So I don't know what your normal time is. But, okay, so we'll just talk about the Clickets, right? The glasses. Yes. I'm going to buy the damn things anyway because I like them.
So it's anyway money.
Yeah, I'm going to do it any damn way. So why not advertise it? Why not promote it? I like them. I use them all the time. I'm going to buy them anyway. I know how to talk about them. I know what I like about them. I know what I don't like about them.
Got
That's the
it.
easiest content we can do, right?
Mhm.
I mean, that's my opinion. That's my thought.
Well, I did a wax mount review of a guy's vendor wax mount, and he sent me a discount code. He was like, "Thank you very much for doing the video. I appreciate you." And he sent me a discount code. That's a return on my investment right there.
Yeah, absolutely. So and so I look at these TikTok. I got mixed feelings about this, but TikTok has refundable samples. Have you seen that yet?
So you bought you.
Okay.
I know that if you buy something, they'll say, and you promote it, you'll be able to earn commission and possibly get a refund.
Yeah. So what happens if you're a TikTok shop creator?
Okay, which I am.
Which you are, which I am, and they may not offer a free sample. It'll say refundable sample. Some places just don't offer anything, right?
Just buy it and
they'll say, okay, if you generate one sale, some of them are 3 sales, we'll give you your money back.
That makes sense.
Yeah. So a lot of them are just one. If you just sell one of these, we'll give you your money back.
Okay.
A more expensive item may be 3. If you sell 3, we'll give you your money back. Well, I wanted this product. I liked it anyway. So I'm going to buy it. Well, hell, why not take a chance on this if I can't sell 3 of these things? Or I'll promote the hell out of it till I sell 3 of them to get my money back.
Yeah.
So it's all, we can dig into this and look at it all different directions.
People are going to ask those questions though.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like how much, Lisa, I bought the dog duo leash.
Okay.
I think I got it as a sample.
Yeah.
At the time.
Yeah.
So I've just been promoting the hell out of it.
Right.
Because I love it. I enjoy it. The dogs love it.
Yeah.
Et cetera, et cetera.
You use it every day, so it's easy to show off.
I do.
If you had a favorite sweater or the shirt that you're wearing right now, right? And it was on TikTok, that's your favorite shirt. How easy? I'm wearing the damn thing every day. All I do is walk around the house with my camera right here saying, look, I mean, I got this off TikTok shop. It's comfortable. It's true to size. I love the colors. It wears good. It fits good. It didn't shrink when I washed it and dried it. Love it.
Okay. Fantastic. Well, on that note, I think it's time to say I got kids coming around the neighborhood.
I do too. Yeah. Chris does. She just texted me a minute ago. So, are you coming? She's at our youngest daughter's house. They live in town, so they're doing the trick or treating thing. We don't get guests or trick or treat at where we are. So, but look, I don't know if I answered or if I helped anybody. I'm not sure exactly what we're doing.
Here's the best part. This video, I can edit it and download it, and it's always going to be there.
Okay.
The thing about TikTok is those lives.
The lives are gone.
It sucks,
yeah.
Man. I wish
it does.
Do
because we had a great live last night on Thursday. So we do the Thursday night lives. I had some really great people on there.
Right.
Star creators, TikTok shop gurus.
Right.
And we were sharing all kinds of great information. Well, they come in my live. I asked them, did they want to join? And and we dropped some gold nuggets last night. But it wasn't recorded. It's gone.
You got to download it within 30 days. I don't know if it still exists like that.
Yeah, I don't even know if it exists like that anymore.
Damn.
Yeah. So whoever's watching, if you're interested in a TikTok shop, I'm gonna put a little spiel ad. I'm not a salesman. So that was one of your questions, right? You asked me about sales. I've never been a salesman in my life.
That's what I wanted to know. Yeah.
Yeah, I've never been a salesman. Now I've sold heating and air conditioners, right? Refrigerator equipment, ice machines, those kind of things. But that's not a hard sale, because if I come to your house and it's broke and you need a replacement, I don't have to sell you a whole lot, right?
Right. You just
either you want it or you don't, right?
Right.
Here's my price. I'll be glad to do it for you, and I move on. So I've never been a big salesman. I'm not a salesman. So I know that was one of your questions. So just say that I'm not a salesman. I'm not salesy. I try not to be anyway. But yeah. So I enjoyed it, Lisa. It's been a
absolutely.
Great. Yeah.
Thank you so much for your time. You did.
I helped in some kind of way, and maybe whatever.
Lots of gold nuggets out of here. Yeah. So appreciate you. Thank you so much. And
Anytime.
until then, Yep. And if you have any friends who want to come on and we could do
Yeah.
this, and the fact that YouTube, positions this stuff, it's
Yeah.
awesome. It doesn't go away.
So I'll be able to find this now once you post it on YouTube. 'Cause I'm
Yeah,
not
you'll be
familiar
able
with
to find
this.
it, and I can edit it.
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
even better. I can go
Yeah.
in and edit.
You
You
break
tell
it
me I
down.
want you to take this out or keep this in, and we can go from there.
Well, you don't have to take it. You don't take out anything that I say unless you want to. I don't care. Because I haven't said anything but the truth, or at least my opinion of what I thought was the truth.
Exactly.
Right?
It's all good.
So, yeah, it's all good. I love it. Enjoyed it. You take care. Anytime,
yeah, you too.
Right?
Thank you for your time.
Yeah. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.